We're live. How about that? I have no idea uh, whether anyone is watching. This is another live stream of my Sunday reading. Sunday readings, that's when I do some poetry in the hope of bringing beauty into your lives in the form of the written word. A quick run through of my normal schedule. On Mondays, I have recorded Monday men interviews or conversations with men in the yarn world. Tuesdays, I have Topic Tuesdays, um, where we try to stick to a topic. We don't always stay very long. Wednesday free for all, no topic at all. We just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk. Those are at 6 o'clock Eastern. Thursdays, I usually don't post anything. Fridays, who knows what's going to happen on Fridays. Sometimes it's something recorded. I have had special events that I recorded and uploaded. I have had tutorials, and I plan to do more of those. But usually, if I don't have anything prepared, hey, Gina. Usually, if I don't have anything prepared on a Friday, I'll go live, and that's fun too. Saturdays, I usually don't post anything, and then here we are back on Sunday. So today, we're doing a Sunday reading. I'll wait until a few more people um, come along and are in attendance before I get going. Let's see, general announcements. Of course, I want to thank everybody who views, everybody who subscribes, everybody who joins my channel, everybody who looks at my patterns on Ravelry and my merch on Teespring. People are always showing me love in amazing ways that I, very often it's unexpected. Hey, Racine. Ooh, Racine, please be careful as you're driving. Um, anyway, so that's one of my top things. I have a few marathons planned on February 13th. February 13th is a Sunday. That's going to be the 20th anniversary of when I had bariatric surgery. And so we're going to talk a lot about a lot of different things on that day, since it's a Sunday anyway. Um, on January 17th, excuse me. Oh, January 17th is a Monday, but it's also, it will be, or would have been Betty White's 100th birthday. Um, so a lot of people are doing a lot of work to benefit pet rescue organizations, um, because Betty White is known to have been a huge advocate of pet rescue and um, anything having to do with animals. So on the 17th, I'll be announcing my own project there. And I've alluded to it before. Or rather, I'm going to formalize something I've been talking about for a while and make it a real project, a year-long project. What else? Excuse me, I'm very sorry. Hmm. It's not like I'm not sleeping. Well, no, I'm not sleeping. But that's the story. So that's it. So I will just go ahead and read the poem. I think I've got two today. This is Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, so that anybody who comes along and watches the replay will get it at the top. This is a psalm of life, what the heart of the young man said to the psalmist by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. There will be links to this, and if I do a second poem, the second one as well, in the description. So here we go. Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest, was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end, our way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still, like muffled dreams, are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb, driven cattle. Be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, howe'er pleasant. Let the dead past bury its dead. Act, act in the living present, heart within, and God o'erhead. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints on the sands of time. Footprints that perhaps another sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn and shipwrecked brother seeing, shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing. Learn to labor and to wait. I like that one, don't you? That was Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So I might have another Longfellow um, in a few minutes. Um, but there will be a link to that poem in the description when I put the description up. So anyway, I recently posted a poll in my community tab about whether people wanted to see more of these poetry readings as live streams or more recorded. And by a narrow, very, very narrow vote, the live streams won. But I want to know what you guys think too. So tell me. And in fact, as we go along, I'll repeat that question because people come and go in live streams. That's always the way, and that's okay. And um, this won't be more than an hour because at 3 o'clock, Granny D goes live, and we can't miss Granny D. I like Racine. I like lives too. Um, Frankly, they're easier to do. Also, uh, um, they're easier to monetize. Sorry, that's the truth. Um, and I don't edit the lives usually, and so yeah, they're easier to do, and I can. I mean, I just chose this poem this morning. If I had recorded it, I would have had to choose it days ahead and then record it, and then edit it and make it all pretty, or at least try to make it pretty. I can't call myself an expert editor, but lives are easier. They really are. I might do them as a more regular thing. I mean, there will be days when I have to pre-record, like if I'm doing a marathon on a Sunday, I will want to pre-record something, so that's less to worry about. Hey, moms, glad to see you. Um, we were just talking about whether people prefer these poetry readings as live streams or as recorded videos. And people like the lives, and frankly, so do I. So I think you're going to see more lives. Um, They take less preparation, less work, more time for me to crochet. There you go. Um, so what else is going on? Well, since I've done the first poem, everybody tell me what's on your hook and what's in your cup, and have you had your midday meal yet? I haven't had mine. I'm trying to figure out what I want. Um, um, I think what I need to do is wash some dishes before I have that meal. And then everybody else just talk to me. So we'll only be here until just before 3 o'clock because Granny D goes live at 3. And then what else? So I was talking before, as far as what's on my hook, I was talking before about a poncho that I was making with a whole bunch of different line brand mandala colorways. So I think I've done all the tiles that I need to. Hey, Angela. I think I've done all the tiles I need to for that. I just need to figure out how to piece them together. I will probably post a picture on Instagram. Oh, goodness. Instagram. That reminds me, there's somebody on Instagram who is impersonating me. Please be aware if anybody approaches you. I only have two Instagram accounts. One of them is called Bearded Yarn Dudes. The other one is called Tamino File. There's a guy who has an Instagram name that I think it combines my name and a numeral, and he's approaching people and trying to scam them out of money. So if I have to say, he chose some nice pictures of me to steal, but at the same time, if he approaches you, please do report him as an imposter and a thief of pictures. Um, and honestly, other people in our community have been, I don't know if hacked is the, well, in my case, it's not hacked, but other people have been hacked. Someone approached me pretending to be someone very big in our community. Um, and it's not the first time that's happened. It's actually happened with two people who are very big in our community, where people were imposters and approached me and wanted money. Or they thought they had a way to get money out of me. And so I was able to figure out what was going on before I gave them any, which is good because I ain't got any. So there we go. Once again, my two Instagram accounts are Bearded Yarn Dudes and Tamino File. Uh, so there we go. What else is going on? Hey, Isala, glad to see you in here. We're just we're just shooting the breeze right now. I read a poem a little bit ago. You can catch it on the replay. I might read it again. I have another one ready if we want another one. Or we might just shoot the breeze for a while now. We go until 3 o'clock. And at 3 o'clock we go and see Granny D because she's always on Saturdays and Sundays. She's usually on live at 3. So it's curious that since all of this has happened, my Tamino File Instagram, which I hardly ever pay attention to nowadays, has had so many new members or new followers. I wonder what that's about. Because honestly, I really don't update it very often. I spend most of my Instagram time with as Bearded Yarn Dudes. So that's got to be related to something. Anyway, okay. Let's see. Let me make sure. There's the link if anybody wants to come up. That would be nice. I mean, there aren't very many people here, so. And, on a Sunday afternoon, you don't always expect a lot of people, so that's okay. It just depends. I have no idea who else is live at this time. I might be conflicting with someone. I would hate to do that, but it's impossible to pick a time that conflicts with no one. That's another thing. Oh, by the way, Nightbot just posted a link. There is a knit along, crochet along as a fundraiser that my friend Gary Boston has organized, and that link the Nightbot just posted is for a Ravelry group, where we talk about that knit along, crochet along. Hey there.
How's your weather?
It's nice here, honestly. It was chilly this week, but it's nice today. I was out with the dog earlier. So
Well, we just came down from Boston and they got 8 inches of snow. My husky did not want to come in the truck, and now we're in rain in Nashville, and I'm going to Kissimmee, Florida. So I'm going to enjoy the nice warm weather.
all in one day from Boston through Nashville. Oh,
In 3 days.
Okay,
Yeah. But I just want to come and say hi and show you. I am working on a small sock for my husband.
That's nice.
5 years ago, thank you. 5 years ago, I made him a pair. Now he don't want me to buy him.
I like the yarn you're using.
It's lamb's pride, and I got introduced back in Washington 9 years ago, and I felted socks and hats, and I had one ski, and he says, make me a sock. Well, guess what? We're going to have to order more yarn so I can make him the other sock.
I have never ever made a sock. I've made Christmas stockings. I once had a pattern for Christmas stockings, but I think I got rid of several books of patterns during one of my moves when I was purging. You know how that happens.
Yes.
So I mean, I regret a lot of the things that I purged, but there was no way that I could keep them.
Exactly. Well, I was in a knitting group out in Washington, and I wanted to learn how to do socks or a sweater, and the older women in church said, you're too inexperienced, just stick to scarves and stuff, or crochet. For 3 weeks, I quit everything. I was so devastated, and someone said, well, take a class. And since then, I've blossomed and blessed many people, and for what it's worth, sometimes we listen to older people, but other times take it with a grain of salt and find the right group. And I'm here with all of you guys, and you guys have blessed me. So thank you, David, for this opportunity to be with everybody.
Well, I think that we have a wonderful community here, and they have been really wonderful to me as well, and encouraging, and helping me to find my voice on YouTube. So I have nothing but gratitude for the community here, and so many loving people. What can you say? But thank you.
I am coming into a really bad storm, so I'm going to get off. I'll stay in the chat, but thank you. I enjoyed your poem. It meant a lot. It means a lot, and I took it to heart. So continue reading.
Okay, there will be a link to the poem if you want to read it later.
Thank you. We'll talk to you again.
I'm so glad you came up. Bye now.
Bye.
Well, that was a nice surprise. I don't think I've ever met her well, so-called in person before, and she's always been just lovely. Oh, yes, thank you.
The last few babies.
Okay.
They can't hear me.
Probably not.
Did they throw out the chicken salad?
Did you? Okay, that's probably a good idea.
It was different colors.
Yeah, probably because it had been there for a while. Okay. I have snacks now. Yay. Um, what else was I going to say? Gosh. So, I started to say I was talking about my tile poncho. I think I finished all the tiles. I just need to figure out how I'm going to piece them together because I used a bunch of different Lion brand. Exactly, Isola Bugles. I love them. I used a bunch of different Lion brand mandala cakes because I had a bunch in a whole bunch of different colorways and no two the same. Um, so you know how when you do something and it's totally random, it can be perfectly beautiful or it can be really not. Um, so we're gonna have to figure that out. I don't know what to do. It might not be beautiful. Then again, there have been things that in the moment I thought were not beautiful, and then I went back to them like 6 months after I made them, and I thought, oh, that's not so bad. So I'm not always the best judge, am I? Anyway, what's going on? So yes, I finished that. I'm in the middle of this other shawl. Hold on a second. It's magic. Okay, this is a proof of concept for this shawl that I did using worsted weight yarn, and it's all Tunisian mesh stitch. Um, and I sort of love this stitch now. But I'm doing this shawl, another one in fingering. That was worsted weight. I'm doing another one in fingering weight with a 4mm Tunisian hook, and golly, it's taken forever. And it's really easy to mess up, and I don't know how many times I've had to like frog out a few rows. Um, so anyway, that's another thing that I'm in the middle of. So, as I do often, because I'm on a break with the shawl, and I finished the poncho, except for piecing it together, making hats like you do. So I thought I had done only like 5 hats or so, but then I started digging through my finished object pile and found some more. So I might have up to 10 hats all ready for Hat Not Hate. I don't even know what the dates are for Hat Not Hate this year, but by golly, I'm going to be ready, and by golly, I'm going to meet or exceed the number of hats that I made last year, and that was 85. So, uh, so I've got a lot of work to do. I have there's a pattern I've been saying that I was going to publish for a couple of weeks now, and it just needs a few finishing touches because people suggested a few edits that I think make sense. Um, and as soon as I get that done, I'll put it up on Ravelry. It's for my diagonal moss stitch sweater. Oh, hold on a second. I'll reach for that one too. Let me get my feet in the right place. Move the table away again. Reach over here. Whoop. And this, oh, you can't really see it all that well. This is my diagonal moss stitch sweater. Does it show up well now? I think the back shows up a little better. So, and then I did these sleeves are just in plain stripes with moss stitch. I blame Granny D. She got me hooked on moss stitch. You know how she is. She's an enabler. So I actually I like to wear this sweater. It's nice. So yeah, it's a nice sweater. I like it. And honestly, I got these two yarns. This is some Lion Brand Pound of Love, the gray. The green is some Lion Brand Feels Like Butter, which was a gift. And I was going to use them together on a blanket pattern. It was going to be a Grafgan. Um, but then I abandoned the blanket and I had all this yarn and I thought that this would be a good idea. And I love this sweater. I like to wear it. I like to make sweaters and I like to wear sweaters. Today's not a sweater day though. I'm wearing a polo shirt. You know, it's funny. There was one, I'm not going to reach for it, but there was one that I used to call the sweater that would not die because it was just taking me so long to complete. And then when I did complete it, I didn't like, there was something that needed to be reworked. And then I did rework it and it became, I believe it's called my comfortable cable sweater now. It is on Ravelry. Has some nice cable work in the front. And honestly, cables are a lot easier than they look. They in crochet. I don't know knitting. Knitting is a total mystery to me. But in crochet, they're a lot easier than they look. Um, Gosh, I don't have anything else. I have a bunch of things I need to send out to people. I owe people packages for months now. Um, and I'm just, well, part of it is postage and part of it is laziness or something. I don't know what it is. People are talking about, oh, Isla, you have one of those sweaters that will not die yourself? Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's a big project. It can take a long time. Um, people are talking a lot about yarn sales. Some really great discounts to be found and clearance deals. Um, and I myself have a Premier, a link to an affiliate link to Premier Yarns. Well, actually, Nightbot just showed that link. And I'm not going to object if you want to use that. If you're in the habit of buying stuff from the Premier website, go ahead and use my link. I'm not going to object because it's not going to affect your cost, but it might help me out a tiny bit. I might get a few cents. I don't know. I haven't seen anything yet, uh, but I have so much yarn. So I keep saying I'm not going to buy more yarn. I'm not going to buy more yarn. I'm not going to buy more yarn. So far, I've been good about that, but we're only halfway through January. Who knows what's going to happen next? But I have so much stuff. I have a whole bunch of the Lion Brand mandala that someone gifted me when he was destashing and decluttering. I have some wonderful hand-dyed yarns that I got at the 2 different yarn retreats I went to. Um, I have some great stuff that Carrie the Yarny Elephant sent me when she was moving. So she was destashing and decluttering because you got to help a girl out, you know. And then I have a lot of stuff that I already had. And people do gift me with yarn. They'll send me yarn out of the blue in the mail, and I don't object. But I don't always have an immediate use for it, and then I have to store it somewhere. And then lots of times when you meet a YouTube friend in person, you have to take a gift, and very often it's yarn. So I sent out a couple of packages from, I think it was my birthday marathon. It was my birthday party where there were some giveaways. There were a couple of mystery packages that had yarn and a few other tchotchkes. Just today, I picked up a tote bag, and it was yarn that I had intended to give away in some of those things. I didn't promise it to anyone, so it's okay. But there's more yarn. What am I gonna do? Well, some of it I can make dog sweaters out of. Um, but otherwise, what am I gonna do with all that yarn? Actually, I have a lot of stuff that I can make dog sweaters out of. And there, if you search on Ravelry, there are tons of free dog sweater patterns. Not only Ravelry, lots of the yarn manufacturers have free patterns on their websites, and you don't have to use their yarn, even if you download the pattern. You don't have to buy the yarn to go with it, because you can use what's in your stash, or you can, shouldn't say this, but you can buy something else that might be cheaper. What else is going on? Oof. I have, people talk about whip mountains. I think I've got finished object mountains because I've got so much stuff in this room. I'm just looking over there. Can't you see? It's right over there. It really is an FO mountain. I need to box a bunch of it and up and take it out to donate. But then some of it I need to save just for the purpose of better pictures. I'm not a good photographer, but I want to get better pictures of a lot of my stuff because I want to publish patterns. Ooh. That can be true. Isla is saying it might be more fun to buy than to dig through what you have. I have a bunch of stuff that I don't know what I can do with it because I do larger projects, and it might be enough for a hat or a shawl or something. I mean, I like to do shawls. Um, I have some beautiful yarn that I was gifted. Well, I won it as a door prize actually, but I'm afraid to use it. It might be enough for a sweater, but would it be enough for a sweater? And what if it's not? And then I have to frog the whole thing again. First world problems, you know. I don't know what to do. I never know what to do. So I'm gonna put the link up again if where'd my cursor go? I'm gonna put the link up again. Unless you guys want to hear another poem, what do you think about that? Because I do have a second poem if you want to hear it. I mean, that is why we are come together in theory. In addition to schmoozing, we like to schmooze, don't we? Ooh, another poem. There's one vote. All I need is one vote, so hold on a second. I'll get the other poem. Or not. Come on. Okay, this one is also by Longfellow. It's called The Children's Hour. Between the dark and the daylight, when the night is beginning to lower, comes a pause in the day's occupations that is known as the children's hour. I hear in the chamber above me the patter of little feet, the sound of a door that is opened, and voices soft and sweet. From my study I see in the lamplight descending the broad hall stair, grave Alice and laughing Allegra and Edith with golden hair, a whisper and then a silence. Yet I know by their merry eyes they are plotting and planning together to take me by surprise. A sudden rush from the stairway, a sudden raid from the hall. By 3 doors left unguarded, they enter my castle wall. They climb up into my turret or the arms and back of my chair. If I try to escape, they surround me. They seem to be everywhere. They almost devour me with kisses. Their arms about me entwine, till I think of the Bishop of Bingen in his mouse tower on the Rhine. Do you think, O blue-eyed banditti, because you have scaled the wall, such an old mustache as I am is not a match for you all? I have you fast in my fortress, and will not let you depart, but put you down into the dungeon in the round tower of my heart. And there will I keep you forever, yes, forever and a day, till the walls shall crumble to ruin and molder in dust away. Isn't that fun? Okay, let me just add that link. Okay. Oh, God. That was called The Children's Hour. Hey, Barbara Butzer. The Children's Hour by Longfellow. That was my second poem of the hour. And the links to both of the poems will be in the description when I put the description up. And here we are. So, oh, excuse me. Oh. Anyway, so we've been going for about 40 minutes. At 3 o'clock, we go and see Granny D. Between now and then, I want to get a bite to eat because I haven't had a midday meal yet. So I want to thank you all for joining me. It's been lovely. And thank you, everybody who does everything else. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, share, and keep coming back. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.